Good morning and welcome. Okay, well, it's not morning. Good afternoon and welcome to BS Your Way Through Life Show. So happy you're here. Today is when I do my lives. So just so you know, on Fridays at 1 o'clock is when I do my lives. And anyone who wants to get in on this and have a chance to do Q&A with me, you are welcome to hop in. You just have to DM me your email and I'll send you the link and everything. Just go to Instagram, BS Your Way. It's actually BS underscore Your Way, is I believe what it is at Instagram. Um, you could also go to my YouTube channel and you could put a comment in one of my podcast things and say, "Hey, here's my email, please. I want to get on this or whatever." So, or you can actually email me at b Buffy geez, Buffy-Style at gmail.com. So that's Buffy-Style, so Buffy Buffy and then style is in style of clothing at gmail.com. So if you email me and you say, "Hey, I want to be able to participate in the lives," then I will send you the link. Yes. Also, if you do that, you can also go to my website and do this too. If you go to bsyourway.com, you can actually get a free workbook that I created. It's a free gratitude workbook. It's amazing. It will help you. So if you go there and you can go click the button. It says get workbook or whatever. It's like the first thing you see, the yellow button when you log onto my site. Just click that and it'll prompt you to just it like it'll prompt an email that's already pre-written. All you got to do is hit send, put in your information if it's not already put in, and hit send, and then it will email me and then prompt me to give you that book, to give you that PDF. So yeah, do that. And if you email me and want to get on the lives, I can also just give you the just add, in your notes, "Hey, I also want the free workbook," and I'll send it to you. So yeah, do that. Okay, so let's dive in today after I did my little plug. Today I actually been wanting to do this one for a while and I forgot about it. And thank goodness I write these things down. I have a little like list that's just like what I want to talk about when it pops in my head because I can't talk about it right then and there, right? So one of the things I want to talk about is being called a help meet. So if you've read your Bible, if you read the scriptures, or if you're religious at all, you would be familiar with this term and the term helpmeet. So in the scriptures, it talks about being a helpmeet, and it's the wife being a helpmeet to the husband or whatever, I think is what it's referring to. I think it's speaking to women at that point or whatever, but being a helpmeet. And um, I know that when some people read it, they think "help me" as though the wife is a helpmeet, they help them or whatever. And I know that there's a lot of conflict nowadays where it's just like a lot of religions seem to have this ideal or this what's the word? Society seems to think that, or religion, what's the word? This stigma or something. I don't know, whatever, forget the word. That women that men are above women, or that men are the head, you know, and that women, men have the last say within the family and the relationship or whatever. And that that women are just like the followers or the helpers, the do all or whatever. Or maybe they have the ideal of the 50s wife where she makes sure that the children are perfectly clean, and that the house is perfectly clean and dinner is all made when he comes home, that things are just so when he comes home he feels warm and welcome and whatever, and just it's like this is just what's expected of you type of thing. But I want to, in case that's something that's entering your head as I am speaking or saying the word helpmeet, I want you to just blow that all apart. That's not what a helpmeet is. Okay, a helpmeet equals teammates. You and your husband are a teammate. You're on the same team. You both have equal authority. You just have different responsibilities. That's it. Okay. Now, I actually want to read to you the actual, I believe this is the encyclopedias. um, definition of help me. And so I have it up here. Here it says definition. It means companion, advocate, partner, sidekick that is opposite of himself and is part of himself, his flesh and bone. So when we are being a helpmeet, we are like when you take your vows, the you see all the vows or whatever, and whatever wherever you got married or whatever was said in your vows or whatever. But some of the things that we promise to do is to help each other in sickness and in health and in good times and bad times, whatever, blah blah blah. Right? So when we are being a helpmeet, we are literally fulfilling those promises that we made when we got married, that we will be each other's, teammate, sidekick, right? So we are one, right? Maybe we don't always agree and we don't always see eye to eye, obviously, but we are one, and we definitely, without each other playing each other's important roles, the family will just fall apart, right? So the man can't just be I have a friend who got married, and they were married for years, and they're part of a particular religion and whatever, and he thought that he was the head of the house, and that he's the one that went and earned the money, and she stayed home and take care of the kids. But in his mind, he thought, oh, I have all the authority, and this is incorrect. He was very much wrong. And he would say, the money's mine, I'm only going to give. So he would give her just enough to get groceries and take care of, to buy groceries and to pay bills, but then he got to keep the rest for himself and spend it however he wanted. My friend was not able to buy anything for herself. She hadn't had a new outfit in like 10 years, and her children, and she was the sole, care of the children and everything, and it was like, I'm sorry, but that's borderline abuse. That's not how it works. So if you're in a relationship that's like that, no, that needs to change. That's not healthy. That's not okay. We don't want any of that. That's not that's not good. You're no longer a helpmate at that point. You are now more like a servant, right? Because you are doing all this work. You're working just as hard as he is, and then you you get nothing for it, or like you don't get to have a say. That's not a marriage. That's I don't know what to call that, but that's not a marriage. Okay, that's not a real healthy marriage. It's not okay. So being a helpmate, both of you need to be a helpmate. So, but I'm going to focus on the women's side of it today. Um, so in your marriage, we have our different responsibilities or whatever. So when your husband comes home from work and he's been working hard all day, supposing you're a stay-at-home mom, right? Let's say that this is the scenario, right? And you do your best to make dinner, and nothing has to be perfect. Nothing, the children don't have to be all clean, and you don't have to be all print. That's not reality, right? We're too crazy, too crazy. There's half the time I'm still in my pajamas when my husband comes home. I just never took the time to change because life went crazy and there was one thing after another, right? But your husband comes home from work, and you've done your best to like make a dinner to make it easier, so like the night flows better for both of you. The dinner is done, if you can, right? This doesn't always happen for me. The dinner's done, you're showing, hey, I love you, thank you for going out to work for me. That doesn't mean that like you're being a servant. No, you're just doing your part, right? So I think society nowadays, or there's quite a few women out there who think, well, doing that just makes you a servant and makes you underneath or beneath, or that's not. No, you're serving because you're loving. My husband, I'm sure I've said this before. I'll quote my husband again. He said, in a talk that he gave once in our church, he said, why, he asked the question, why do we work? And then, of course, he answered it. He's just like, we work because we love. And so he's going to work, right? And he's working all day because he loves his family. Nobody wants to just go to work. And some people love their work, obviously, but it's not, my husband would rather be surfing. He'd rather be BMXing, right? But why does he go to work every day? Because he loves his family. Why do I make dinner every day? Because I love my family. I love my husband. Why do I go out of my way, even when I'm so exhausted, to make to line things up so that when he comes home, things feel easier for him. Things feel welcoming and loving for him. Why do I do that even when I'm so exhausted and I'm spent? It's because I love him, because I am his teammate. And on a game, when you're playing basketball or soccer or football and you are so tired, you are so tired, but you know that you've got to still play your part, because if you don't, you're letting your teammates down, right? And you don't want to do that because you love this team and you want to win this game. And we want to win this game. We want to win the game of love, of the game of marriage, and being able to have a happy, fulfilling marriage. And that comes with doing things that are hard. And that's okay. Life is not meant to be easy. It is meant to be simple. We're the ones that complicate it, but simple and easy are totally different things, right? We can make things simple, which can make life easier, but we are meant to be challenged. Life is meant to be a challenge, and that's okay, because that's what we're here for. Our purpose is to come here to learn, to grow. And the only way to grow is to be challenged. If you're not being challenged, you're not growing. So if you're having these times, I actually just recently read a little. Uh, I'm in this business group, and this woman, she talked about how she was having this. What do you call it? She was trying to I can't remember the word, but anyway, she's basically trying to like change her mindset. So she's sitting there, she's laying on her bed, and she's really upset. Her husband's doing Xbox. Her children are jumping all over, and the dog or something. I can't remember the whole scenario, but anyway, just things are going on, and she's super irritated because things aren't going the way she wants. But then she stopped herself and she said, "Okay, how can I not be a wench right now? And how can I change this around?" So she did, she got onto Chat GPT, or if I said that right, Chat GPT, whatever. Anyway, she asked it, she's like, okay, here's how I'm feeling right now. How can I turn this around? And how can I, oh, it's romanticize my life or whatever, like that. That's what it's called, romanticizing your life. She's like, how can I do this? So Chat GPT just like laid out this whole thing and just like, be grateful. You're in this moment. You have no pressure. There is nothing weighing on you right now. You're good. It's all, basically it's just like sometimes we're literally laying the pressure on ourselves. Nobody's doing that. We're just doing it to ourselves. And we need to realize that. So she turned things around and she suddenly started feeling grateful for her family, happy that her husband was, you know, happy that her husband was having a good time, happy for her children. Like she just decided to be in the moment. And I've done this myself before. So I'll start getting irritated and upset over like stupid stuff, and everything is just like not coming together. My husband is maybe having a good time playing his guitar, and maybe I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I'm just like, why? I need a hero right now. Well, maybe I don't. You know what? What I really need right now, I need me to chill out. My little son, he's not really that little anymore. My son, my teenager, always says to me constantly, he's like, chill, mom, chill. And he's so right. He's so right. We need to chill. We just need to chill. Sometimes we just need to just stop, be in the moment, be like, I'm happy. I'm good right now. All is well. I am so happy that my husband is got a smile on his face and having a good time. I'm so happy my kids are happy right now, even though they're nutty and they're making a mess and they're loud, but they're happy. Isn't that what I want, is a happy family? Why am I suddenly upset because my family's happy? Is it because there's something that isn't being fulfilled within me, or something? What is going on? What it usually is because you need an effing break. Okay, we need a break. You need to take a break. So you're obviously putting too much pressure on yourself. You're allowing others to put too much pressure on you. So you need a break. So take a break. So give yourself permission to just, I'm good. Yeah, maybe dinner, it needs to be made, but you know what? Make cereal if you have to. A cereal is not recommended. I'm a little more on health, but seriously, I'm just like sandwiches. Hey, it's sandwiches for dinner night for the 10th time in a row. Guess what? At least you're getting fed, right? You don't like it, make something else. It's okay. Like, we can have moments where we're like, you guys are happy and the children are happy. You get to be happy too. So what do you need to do to be happy? Do you need to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go for a nice walk. I'll see you guys in a minute. I love you. Hey, honey, got the kids, whatever, or whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you get the point in that mean. But so we are better helpmeets and able to better. This is a side note that's so important. We're able to be better helpmeets when we are taking care of ourselves. Like this morning, I have a routine every morning and I will not skip it. I mean, okay, I will not skip it. I have skipped it because life happens, but it's very rare. But I take at least 20 minutes and I exercise. Well, actually I take close to a full hour. I exercise. I take care of myself. I get dressed. I make myself feel good. And as soon as I've done that and I feel great, I'll even put on music while I'm doing it or listening to a podcast. And I get myself into the right mindset. And when my children come in and they bombard me with this, I said, nope, not yet. I am not done getting ready for the day. When I'm ready for the day, then I'll be ready for you. And I explain to them, I say, hey, I can't be a good mom to you unless I'm taking care of me. So as soon as I'm done, then you got me. I'm right there. I help you, right? Unless it's an emergency, which sometimes there is, which is those reasons why I'm skipping, but usually not. But yeah, so you have to set the tone for yourself, for your family, and you teach them how to respect you, right? So if you don't respect yourself, one, you can't be a good helpmeet. And two, if if you don't respect yourself, nobody else is going to respect you, right? It's just not going to happen. But it's really, really important that we take care of ourselves so that we can be a good helpmeet. And when we're feeling upset, figure out where the root cause is. Is it really because, I'm not getting help right now, or is it because you just need a break? And sometimes we need help in order to have a break, but sometimes we just need to chill. All right, hold on one second. I got a thing I got. So anyway, sorry about that. I had a friend that was popping by and had to get something, so I just handed it to him. Not a big deal. Anyway, so it's important again, like we have to teach people how to respect us. We have to respect ourselves, right? So when we do that, then we are able to just have more energy and we've set those boundaries and things, and we are able to be a happier, healthier help me, right? Our husband, they are our spouse or whatever, they help us and we help them. That's my husband. Again, I'm sure I've quoted this before, but my husband said to me one day, he says, you do so much so that can do so much. And I said, same here. You do so much so that I can do so much. Like this morning, for instance, I'm sitting there, I'm holding a whiny little child in my arms because she's just been a real mommy's girl lately. And that's okay because I've been really busy and she's feeling a little insecure. So I'm trying to get my son off onto the bus and I'm feeding him. And all of a sudden, my husband, out of nowhere, totally surprising, this hardly happens because usually he's like rushing off to work. But sorry about that. I had a sudden child appear and I was like, okay. So yeah, my husband just randomly comes and because yeah, usually he's like trying to get off to work, but he comes and he's suddenly just like, hey, Melina, why don't you come help daddy for a minute? I need your help. It's good to see you. He just takes her out of my arms and he takes her with her and he has her help him, find some songs and print off some songs. And I just like, oh, that's so sweet. It was so helpful. That little moment just took a weight off of me and it helped my day be better. And we can do that for each other. That's part of being a help me, is seeing where they need something filled, seeing the holes and filling them. Okay, where are you, like, if you really pay attention and you step outside of yourself and you're not so into yourself of where you're like, oh, me and frustrations and all this stuff that I have to do, look outside from it. You will see that they too are struggling. Like, I'll be paying attention, I'll be doing my thing and in a hurry, and I'll notice there's a certain tone or maybe there's some irritation going on, and I'm just like, he needs a little, a little, you know, oh, a little hand or whatever. I don't, I can't think of words today. They're not there. And so like today, I just felt like his day would go easier if I hurried and washed the pan that he made his lunch in. I was going to try to do his lunch, but I just didn't get to it. And so I washed the pan and I at least set it down. I got that far. And that alone was just like, oh, that's so helpful. Thank you. Right. That small thing, just washing that pan Or some days I'm just like, I've got a minute. I'm going to hurry and fold some linens for him, before he can get to it. And he's like, oh, thank you. This gives me more time to be able to stretch and roll. And you know what I mean? Like these little things make a huge difference and they show that we love. And that is being a helpmeet, filling in those holes. Because with my responsibilities and everything I have, I can't do it all. I can't. I need help. And he fills in those holes that I just can't get to. And same with him. His responsibilities are huge sometimes. So I fill in those holes. On every Thursday, I get up earlier so that I can make his lunch and get everything ready because I know he's not going to have time when he gets home to be able to get himself ready for work, to be able to do his self care in order to be able to function throughout the day. So every Thursday I get up at 6:45, I get it all done, and that gives him time because he teaches a religious class every day, seminary, and early in the morning before school starts. And so he gets home just in time to be able to like get changed and roll out and then get out the door. He doesn't really have time for much more. And so if it weren't for me doing his lunch, that's all he'd be doing is hurrying and doing his lunch and then just barely getting out the door on time. So I can be a helpmeet and I can do this, right? So when we're being helpmeets, we're being selfless, and a healthy marriage has a healthy marriage, selfishness can't exist, right? We have to take care of ourselves, and that's not being selfish, right? So my self-care, it's a non-negotiable, right? That's not selfishness. That is life-saving. That's important, or I am not going to function. And same with him. So we help each other do each other's self-care. Whenever he is home, he doesn't work till later, and I'm trying to do my exercise or do my self-care stuff, and the children will come and he's like, get out of here, she's doing her self-care. That's what, because like if I say that, they're like, but mom, la la la. But when dad says, they're like, all right, out of here, right? And so he's protecting my self-care because I protect my self-care. He sees that, he reads that, he knows that, and now but if I did it and I was just like, oh no, no, it's okay, it doesn't matter, I quit anyway. If I did that, which I used to do, by the way, then he wouldn't care and he'd just let them bombard me and they'd bombard me and I would never do anything for myself and I would start to fall apart. So you have to establish, what your non-negotiables are, right? And everything. And I know this is supposed to be help me equals, teammate thing, but we can't talk about that without talking about this because these two things are important. You cannot be a helpmeet without first respecting yourself and having your non-negotiables and the things that you're like, you have to take care of yourself or you're no good to anybody without taking care of yourself. You're just not. Okay. So anyway, so back to the definition thing. Let's delve a little more into here. So again, the definition is companion, advocate. We need to advocate for each other and we need to speak highly of each other. That's part of being a help me, is speaking highly of each other. We need to talk so good about each other to everyone and have that positive thing. And just doing that, and by the way, that is in my workbook. And just doing that alone can help change your mindset, especially if you're struggling or you're upset with them or if you're frustrated because they're not they're not doing things the way that I'd like them to do, or they're not getting it, or I've asked them to do this, they're not doing whatever expectations you have. Like this changes everything. Okay. And for one, we need to try our best not to have expectations. We just get rid of the expectations. Obviously we need to expect that we're going to be loved. Yes. And expect that they're going to do, their part type of thing, but we can't have all these excess expectations. We can't just be like, well, if they're not doing this, then they're failing. We can't have any of that. Okay. All right. So, and we're your partner, sidekick. So I like sidekicks, so fun. And it doesn't mean that they're the hero and you're just the sidekick. No, 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 no. You're both each other's sidekick. You're both each other's pals, best friends, whatever. You work things out together. And it's okay that you don't always see eye to eye, but you respect each other's opinions regardless, right? Okay, so this is let's see what my time is. This is supposed to, I'm a little sporadic today and all over the place, but that's okay. I'm a little ADD here. But yeah, today's is a little bit short and I've got to wrap this up because I've got other things that I've got to get to. But I hope that anything said here was helpful. I hope that you understand how important it is to take care of ourselves and that how important it is to be a teammate, be a team, right? Same team, different responsibilities on every team, whether it's football, basketball, soccer, it doesn't matter. Every player has their responsibility. Every player has their place where they're doing. And every place, every the goalie is just as important as the person kicking the ball around, right? The the quarterback is just as important, or the quarterback, the other players like the people that guard the quarterback, I don't know all the names. I'm sorry, I don't. Or the runner, the person that kicks the ball, all important. All of them. Without every single player, there is no football game. There is no, so you need all the players and they all need to function. And in order for them to function, they all have to take care of themselves too. So be a helpmeet, look outside of yourself, see if you're upset or whatever, see how you can change things around, how you can make things better. Simply just washing a pot for your spouse, simply just folding the laundry or do whatever it is. See the need and fill it. That is being a helpmeet. Let love, compassion, happiness, and laughter enter your family. Literally, this is the last thing I want to leave with. We can mentally block happiness and laughter and goodness in our lives and in our marriages. We do, because there is this, I've talked about this before, where we have this subconsciously, our brain, it's trying to protect us. That's why we have all these emotions that come in. Well, who says you can be happy? Because you're just going to be disappointed if things go wrong. No, 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 no. We get to be happy. We just get to be happy. You say, thank you, but I don't need this. I'm good. I'm going to choose happiness, right? We want to allow, you have to allow happiness. You have to choose it. You have to choose. So, in those moments when you're feeling upset and everybody else is around you seems happy and you're actually upset about that because nobody sees what you need. Well, that just means you need a break, okay? Tell yourself, there is no pressure on me. I'm just putting on myself. There is no, there's nothing I have to get to or do. Yes, there always usually is, but you know what? Life will go on if you don't get to it right away. Yeah, there might be deadlines. I have lots of them right now. I'm dealing with quite a few deadlines, but I tell myself, I don't have to make myself miserable doing the deadlines. And life will still go on even if I miss the deadline and whatever, right? Like it's not worth your health. It's not worth destroying your family over, right? Deep breaths. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to work out. So, help me equals teammates. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Allow the love, the peace, the laughter, and the happiness to flow through your family. Say, my family is happy and my family is healthy. And we thrive on uh I don't know, we thrive on goodness and stuff. All right, I'm gonna leave you with that and we'll talk to you later. I hope you all have a great day and rock on.